kick to Leonard, who attacks and finishes it away from Smith. Leads Kawhi. Oh, 3-on-2 for the Thunder. Westbrook. Oh!
These are the times Kawhi Leonard humiliated his opponents.
To Leonard trying to spin inside. Good.
First up, we got to go back to high school, Moreno Valley, California. Kawhi Leonard was a quiet, reserved kid who barely spoke. He didn't trash talk, he didn't celebrate, he didn't even smile. But on the basketball court, he was a nightmare. At Martin Luther King High School, he averaged 22.6 points, 13.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 3 blocks per game in his senior year. He led the King High Wolves to a 30-3 record. He was named California Mr. Basketball, and every single night, without a single word, he made his opponents look like they didn't belong on the same court. He took that same energy to San Diego State. As a freshman, he led the Mountain West Conference in rebounding.
By the way, so he set a new Mountain West Conference tournament record.
And was named MWC Freshman of the Year, first team All-MWC, and the 2010 MWC Tournament MVP. His sophomore year, he averaged 15.7 points and 10.4 rebounds as the Aztecs finished 34-3 and won back-to-back conference tournament championships. They advanced to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament before losing to eventual national champions Connecticut. He was named consensus second-team All-American. And after just 2 years of college basketball, Kawhi Leonard entered the 2011 NBA draft. The San Antonio Spurs took him 15th overall. Most people barely noticed. They would all notice soon enough. Now fast forward to June 2013, the NBA Finals, San Antonio Spurs versus Miami Heat. The Heat had LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, two-time reigning champions. Kawhi was just a 21-year-old sophomore, tasked with guarding the best player on the planet. And game by game, possession by possession, he made LeBron's life increasingly difficult. The series went 7 games. In Game 7, LeBron exploded for 37 points.
6-point game. Ginobili, a long three.
The Heat won, but everyone was talking about the kid from Moreno Valley. He was absolutely amazing, Spurs coach Greg Popovich said. The stage was set. Then came the 2014 NBA Finals rematch, San Antonio versus Miami again, and this time, Kawhi Leonard was ready. The entire series, he guarded LeBron James on virtually every possession, and when Kawhi was LeBron's primary defender,
LeBron James says that Kawhi is the best defender. He's best at defending LeBron.
LeBron shot just 34% from the field. Only 17% of LeBron's touches against Leonard resulted in a field goal attempt. That's half the rate James had against any other defender in the series. In Game 3, Leonard held LeBron to just 22 points and 14 field goal attempts while committing only 4 of his own turnovers and contributing 29 points himself on 10 of 13 shooting. LeBron had more giveaways than makes in the second half. The Spurs have stopped LeBron from being LeBron, CBS Sports wrote. The unrelenting focal point of that strategy, the most important ingredient in the Spurs recipe, has been Kawhi Leonard.
You are the 2014 Bill Russell MVP.
The Spurs swept the final 3 games and won the championship 4-1. Kawhi shot 61.2% from the field, the highest field goal percentage of any Finals MVP ever, and averaged 17.8 points and 6.4 rebounds. He was named Finals MVP at just 22 years old, the 3rd youngest Finals MVP in NBA history, the youngest since Magic Johnson in 1982. But what Kawhi did to Miami was nothing compared to what he was doing to the entire league on defense. Because in 2015, the NBA named him Defensive Player of the Year.
Kawhi Leonard so good defensively with those long arms and huge hands.
Then in 2016, they named him Defensive Player of the Year again, back-to-back.
Uses those hands on the defensive end of the floor, is becoming the stuff of legend.
He was the only player other than Ben Wallace to win back-to-back DPOY awards without winning at least one MVP. He was shutting down scores nobody else could stop. Kevin Durant, James Harden, LeBron. It didn't matter. If Kawhi Leonard was guarding you, you were going to have a bad time. Then came February 2016. Houston Rocket. Spurs down 1 in crunch time with 25 seconds left.
Ridiculous! Wow!
Kawhi caught the ball at the top of the key, pump faked James Harden into the air, stepped back, and drained a contested three-pointer to give San Antonio the lead. 25 seconds to go. But that wasn't even the most impressive part. As soon as he hit that shot, Kawhi immediately turned and got into his defensive stance. Harden got the ball back with a chance to win it. He blew past his man and looked like he had a clear path to the basket for a game-winning layup.
Aldridge! Spurs basketball! Oh, what a play! Oh, what defense! Unbelievable!
But Kawhi? He came flying from the side, tracked Harden down, and swatted the ball away to secure the win. Offense and defense, same possession, ice water in his veins. Now, let's talk about March 2017. Indiana Pacers. Less than 9 seconds left. Spurs trailing by 1. Ball goes to Kawhi on the block with Paul George, one of the best defenders in the world and a future teammate, draped all over him. Kawhi muscled his way in the post, turned around, and rose up for a mid-range fadeaway over Paul George's outstretched arms. Swish.
For the win. Or does it give them a lot of time to come back?
Lead with 2.4 seconds remaining, San Antonio held on for the win. Just another day at the office for the Klaw. But then disaster struck. May 11th, 2017, Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. San Antonio Spurs versus Golden State Warriors. The Spurs were up 26 points at halftime. 26 points. They were about to put the Warriors away, and then it happened. Kawhi Leonard drove to the basket, and Zaza Pachulia slid his foot under Kawhi's landing spot, causing him to roll his right ankle. He left the game.
Goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench.
The Spurs collapsed. Golden State outscored them 73-33 in the second half and won. Without Kawhi, the Spurs lost the series.
Live and take game 1.
He played in just 9 minutes total for the rest of the 2016-17 season. The injury didn't heal quickly. By the next season, 2017-18, Kawhi had played in only 9 games total, sitting out the rest of the year in a mysterious dispute with the Spurs organization over the handling of his quadriceps injury.
NBA news, Randy. The Spurs' Kawhi Leonard has missed all but 9 games this season.
Critics were loud. Is he faking it? Is he done? Was he ever that good? The noise was deafening. So what did Kawhi Leonard do? On July 18th, 2018, he was traded to the Toronto Raptors. A new city, a new team, a chip on his shoulder the size of the Pacific Ocean. And he arrived with something to prove. His first season with the Raptors, Kawhi was on load management. He referred to the regular season as 82 practices. He took nights off to stay fresh for the playoffs. Some people criticized him for it. Some people doubted whether he could even stay on the floor for a full playoff run. Those people made a massive mistake. Because on May 12, 2019, Kawhi Leonard did something that had never been done in the entire history of the NBA. Game 7, Eastern Conference Semifinal. Toronto Raptors versus Philadelphia 76ers. The game was tied 90-90 with 4.2 seconds left. The ball went to Kawhi at the top of the arc. Ben Simmons pursued him. Joel Embiid closed out hard. With less than a second remaining, Kawhi elevated in the right corner over Embiid's outstretched arm and launched a high-arching fadeaway. The ball hit the back of the rim, then the side of the rim, then the front, then the back again. 4 bounces. The arena held its breath. Then it fell through. Game over. Series over.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
The first Game 7 buzzer beater in NBA playoff history. Only the second series-winning buzzer beater ever, after Michael Jordan's shot against Cleveland in 1989.
To Jordan to the circle, puts the shot in the air. Good! The game's over, and the Bulls have won. Jordan beat him at the buzzer with a jump shot in the circle, and Chicago has knocked off the Cavs 101-100.
Kawhi finished with 41 points, 39 shot attempts, second most in a Game 7 in NBA history, behind only Elgin Baylor in 1962. He grabbed 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. And when that ball fell through the net, the usually expressionless Kawhi Leonard, the most stoic man in basketball, screamed, he yelled, he went absolutely crazy because even the Klaw knew what he had just done. That's something I've never experienced before, Leonard said. Game 7, game-winning shot. It was a blessing to be able to get to that point and make that shot and feel that moment. But Kawhi wasn't done humiliating people, because next up were the Milwaukee Bucks, and specifically Giannis Antetokounmpo, the MVP, the most physically dominant player in the league, the Greek Freak, and Kawhi decided to put him on a poster twice. Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, May 19th, 2019. Double overtime. Kawhi played a mind-bending 52 minutes and scored 36 points. The Raptors won 118-112 to take a 2-1 series lead. Kawhi came up limping off the floor. His leg was clearly bothering him. 2 days later, Game 4. He was still limping, but did he stop? He came out and dunked on the 2019 NBA MVP in the third quarter. Gasol found him with a perfect bounce pass cutting through the lane. Giannis tried to rotate over and stop it. Kawhi elevated on a bad leg and threw down a one-handed left-handed slam right over Giannis's outstretched arms. The Scotiabank Arena went berserk. Leonard finished with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 steals in a 120-102 blowout win. And if you thought that was bad for Giannis, he had to watch it happen again in Game 6. With the Raptors on the verge of closing out the series, leading midway through the fourth quarter, Kawhi did it again. Another emphatic left-handed dunk right over Giannis's face. The message was clear: you cannot stop me. Leonard finished Game 6 with 27 points, 17 rebounds, and 7 assists. The Raptors won 100-94 and advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Even Giannis had to give him respect. He's just phenomenal, Giannis said. He's a great player. Now the NBA Finals. Golden State Warriors, the two-time defending champions. Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, the supposed greatest team of all time. And Kawhi Leonard was carrying a Raptors team whose second-best player was Pascal Siakam. From his first game to his last, Kawhi was the best player on the floor. Game 2. Warriors lead the series 1-0. Kawhi drops 34 points and 14 rebounds in a 109-104 loss. Game 3. Raptors win 123-109 in Oakland. Game 4. Kawhi puts up 36 points and 12 rebounds in a commanding 105-92 victory on the Warriors' home floor. The Raptors take a 3-1 series lead. Game 5. Kevin Durant, who hadn't played in over a month, came back. He tore his Achilles in the second quarter. Game 5 went to the Warriors 106-105. Then Game 6. Oracle Arena, the last game ever played in the building that had seen so many Warriors championships. Kawhi scored 22 points, grabbed 6 rebounds, and the Raptors held on to win 114-110. Championship. The Toronto Raptors were NBA champions for the first time in franchise history, and Kawhi Leonard was Finals MVP for the second time in his career. He averaged 28.5 points, 9.8 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 2.0 blocks, and 1.2 steals in the finals. He became only the third player in NBA history to win Finals MVP with 2 different franchises, joining LeBron James and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first player ever to win Finals MVP with a team from each conference. He was the first player since Larry Bird in 1984 to lead the entire postseason in points, rebounds, and steals. He scored 732 points in the 2019 playoffs, the third most in a single postseason in NBA history, behind only Michael Jordan in 1992 and LeBron James in 2018. Kyle Lowry said it best: "I think he's the best two-way basketball player in the NBA. He just goes." I've seen some stuff from him this year that you just say, wow. You do. You say, wow. Stephen Curry, whose Warriors had just been beaten by him, said, "He's just a competitor. We respect that for sure. He's shown that again this entire playoff run." Then, Kawhi left Toronto and signed with the Clippers in his home city of Los Angeles. The injuries returned. He tore his ACL in the 2021 playoffs, missing large chunks of multiple seasons. Critics came back: "He can't stay healthy. The window is closing. He'll never be the same." But Kawhi Leonard came back. And on October 4th, 2024, in his first game back after missing nearly 2 full seasons, Kawhi dropped 23 points on 9 of 15 shooting to remind the world why he's still one of the best players alive. The scary part? At his healthy best, Kawhi Leonard is arguably the greatest two-way player in NBA history. 2 championships with 2 different teams, 2 Finals MVP awards, 2 Defensive Player of the Year award, 7 All-Defensive Team selections, 6 All-NBA team selections, including 3 first-team selections, 7 All-Star selections, named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. He guarded LeBron James and held him to 34% shooting. He dunked on Giannis twice in one series, on a bad leg. He hit the first Game 7 buzzer beater in playoff history. He scored 732 points in a single postseason. He won a championship as the first Finals MVP to win with a team from both conferences. People said his injury disputes with the Spurs meant he wasn't a competitor. People said he couldn't lead a team. People said he relied too much on load management. So what did Kawhi do? He led the Raptors to the only championship in franchise history. He was the best player in the entire 2019 playoffs from start to finish. He dismantled LeBron, Giannis, and a Warriors super team in the same postseason. He's never said much, never needed to, because every time Kawhi Leonard steps on a basketball court, the game speaks for him. He doesn't talk trash, he doesn't celebrate, he doesn't smile, he just plays. And when he plays, he's one of the most terrifying forces the sport has ever seen. Nicknamed the Klaw for his ball-hawking skills and impossibly large hands. Hands so large they immediately became one of the most talked-about features in NBA history. Kawhi Leonard turned those hands into weapons. Weapons for stealing passes, weapons for blocking shots, weapons for carrying his teams to championships.
Is this the dagger?
The craziest part? Every time the world counts him out, he comes back. From the Zaza injury, from the Spurs dispute, from the ACL, from the seasons missed. Every single time, Kawhi Leonard comes back. He isn't the most talkative player in the league. He isn't the most flashy. He doesn't go viral for his personality. He goes viral for his game, for the shot that bounced 4 times, for the dunk on Giannis twice, for locking up LeBron, for winning 2 rings with 2 different teams, for being named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team. And somewhere out there, Kawhi Leonard is in the gym, quiet, focused, unbothered by the noise, working on his game, the same way he's always done it, the same way he's always been, because that's what the Klaw does. He waits, he watches, he picks his spots, and when the moment is right, he strikes every single time.